Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Hope you all had a great divisional round weekend. Sitting in, watching football for 2 straight nights, just like Wild Card Weekend. We had 2 games on Saturday, and we had 2 games today to conclude divisional round weekend. We will dissect, critique it the best way that we can here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. But if you guys notice, we have the new setup here on the channel. I am indeed filming this on my computer with my new microphone. I need y'all to let me know right now, if you're watching this video, comment down below. How do I sound? Does it sound different? Do I sound more clear? Do I sound louder? Do you guys like the new setup? Just so I know for future videos, because I do think that this is the way we're going to be going for it now for the future here on the channel with this type of setup. So I need y'all to let me know if you can hear me clearly, if everything's all right, and if I'm good to go. But ladies and gentlemen, we had 8 teams battle it out for a spot in the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. We got a lot to talk about tonight here on the channel to recap everything from divisional round weekend. So thank you all for joining me tonight. I understand we might have some new listeners. So if you have not already, I'm going to get it out of the way now, and I'll do it again at the end of the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So if you're a new listener here to the channel, hit that like button and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate that, folks. So let's get rolling. Let's just get started. Talk about divisional round weekend, heading into the AFC and NFC championship games next weekend. For championship weekend, first game we had was the Los Angeles Rams against the Green Bay Packers. That was at Lambeau Field. The Packers ended up winning this game by 2 touchdowns. They won 32-18 over the Los Angeles Rams. I thought that this was going to be the game of the week, the game of divisional round. I was wrong, but I mean, the Rams, they stuck in there with the Green Bay Packers for as long as they could. But at the end of the day, that Packers offense, man, they played awesome yesterday, and they got the better of the number 1 defense in the NFL with the Los Angeles Rams. Aaron Donald, no sacks on Aaron Rodgers yesterday, so excuse me. Aaron Donald, no sacks on Aaron Rodgers yesterday, which was obviously a key part of the game. Devontae Adams, I believe, in my opinion, he won his battle over Jalen Ramsey with 9 catches for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. And then you had Allen Lazard, who was kind of the X factor in this game. If you guys kind of think about it, the Packers were up 25-10 in the third quarter, and he dropped a wide open pass, and that's a good 30-40 yard gain if he catches that. Later in the fourth quarter, the Packers are only up 25-18. Lazard is wide open on a 2nd and 6 catch, and he catches the ball, a little bit of a bobble, but he catches the ball, and he gets the Packers a touchdown, and that ultimately won them the game. There were about 9,000 fans at Lambeau Field who were rocking yesterday. It sounded electric at Lambeau Field, and the Packers are moving on to the NFC Championship game with a 32-18 victory. My opinion, I think the Packers' offense was too much for Jared Goff to keep up with. Cooper Kupp did not play in that game yesterday, which was obviously that's a huge loss in my opinion. He's a big part of that Rams offense, so they didn't have him yesterday. Cam Akers had a solid game with 18 rushes for 90 yards and 1 touchdown, but they had Woods, that's their top receiver. They had Josh Reynolds, and they had Higbee, the tight end, who really didn't do much yesterday as well. But at the end of the day, I think the Rams' offense was just they didn't have enough weapons to defeat the Packers. Good season for the Rams, definitely a good season, but not surprising to see the Packers come out on top. I thought it was going to be a much better game, but the Rams, they fought the entire game, but at the end of the day, the Packers just got the better of them on the offensive side of the ball, in my opinion. Moving on, we had the Saturday night game in Buffalo, New York, between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills on NBC, with Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth calling the game. I know you guys know my hatred towards the Buffalo Bills and Bills Mafia. I can't stand that team, but shout out to y'all for who donated to, I think they donated something to Lamar Jackson with his concussion injury. They donated something to Lamar Jackson. I don't remember what it is, but that's a very nice thing to do. So shout out to Bills Mafia for that. And that they had a great performance on defense. The fact that they held Baltimore to 3 points on the offensive side of the ball, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid in my opinion. The early misses by Tucker were very crucial in the beginning. He missed a 41-yard field goal at the first drive of the game that hit off the right upright. I think it was the right or left, I'm not sure. And then he had another field goal that hit the upright again, so he missed Tucker missed 2 field goals in a row. That's a big blow right there. You got to make these kicks in crucial playoff games. But it was very cold in Buffalo last night, very windy. So I totally understand that it had an effect on this game. So I guess I could give it a slide. But Lamar Jackson, the true playoff Lamar Jackson, showed up yesterday for the Baltimore Ravens. 3 points. He shit the bed. Just straight up with y'all. Lamar Jackson shit the bed yesterday. He didn't have a great performance. Had a terrible interception. A horrible interception on 3rd and goal that ultimately lost the Baltimore Ravens this game. He was looking for Mark Andrews. Tyron Johnson was just sitting back, and he knew Lamar was going right to Mark Andrews in that situation. So he sees that he throws it to Mark Andrews. He backs up a little bit, catches that interception, and he's gone. That was a 100-yard touchdown, and he stepped up big, and he wrote his name into the record books for the Buffalo Bills, which that play ultimately is the reason why. Is ultimately the reason why the Buffalo Bills are playing in the AFC Championship game next week. Josh Allen, or AFC, my bad. Quarterback Josh Allen didn't particularly have his best game, but you don't really need to have a great performance every single week if your defense steps up the way they do and has a hell of a game like they did. And the Buffalo Bills, they had a hell of a game on defense yesterday. So I'm going to give credit to them for the win. I'm not going to criticize them for anything. They had a good game, and defense won the game. And, who knows what could be happening next week. Because holy shit, what a game we had between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs, which is the next game we're going to talk about here on the channel. So, the Browns against the Kansas City Chiefs. This was some game, man. This was some game. The Chiefs doing Chief things, marching down, first drive of the game, getting a touchdown. Mahomes sneaks it in, and then the Browns answer with a field goal. Mahomes gets another touchdown. I believe this touchdown was to Travis Kelce. Yes, it was to Travis Kelce as he went airborne into the end zone for a 13-3 lead by the Kansas City Chiefs. Then they took a 6th. Sorry, I can't stand sneezing on camera, and I apologize that I did that. But the Kansas City Chiefs had a 16-3 lead. Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns are marching down the field for a possibly one possession game going into halftime. This play changed the game, and I got heated about this. Now, I'm not no Cleveland Browns fan, folks, so you can get that out of your system right now. I am not a Browns fan, as you can see. I got the big Dolphins banner in the back right there. But what a terrible call by the referees. First off, I hate that touchback rule. That touchback rule, that has got to go. There's a lot of rules in the NFL that I do not like. That is possibly at the top of my list. So, Baker Mayfield throws the ball to Rashad Higgins. He's open. He goes down the field. He dives for the end zone. Then, here comes Daniel Swanson, linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. He hits Higgins helmet to helmet, and it forces Higgins to fumble the football. It goes in the end zone, and it rolls out of bounds, and it's ruled a touchback. So let me get this straight. This is what I didn't like about this call. You guys watching this game, you clearly saw a helmet-to-helmet hit by Daniel Swanson to Higgins at the 2-yard line when Higgins had the ball in his hands, okay? So you mean to tell me that you're going to review whether that's a touchback or if it's at the 2-yard line or whatever, but you're not going to review the helmet-to-helmet play call by Swanson, which was obvious right there? Shame on the officials calling that game who did not even review that play right there for a possible helmet-to-helmet and for possibly Swanson to get kicked out of the game. Shame on you. Shame on those officials. That play right there ultimately costed the Browns this game, and you can make an argument saying the Cleveland Browns got robbed because looking back on it, that play changed the entire game, folks. That play changed the entire game, and it was a matter of it was just the deciding factor if the Browns are playing in the AFC Championship game against the Buffalo Bills. Because who knows if the Kansas City Chiefs go down and get a field goal after the Browns score a touchdown right before halftime. We don't know if they go down and they score a touchdown or not. So, I feel like at the end of the day, the referees helped the Kansas City Chiefs on that play call, not reviewing if it's a helmet-to-helmet, because the fact that they didn't even review it, that is complete dog shit in my opinion, and shame on those referees. Now, that's not the only newsworthy thing in this game. So, we're going to get to it. Obviously, Twitter was going crazy about this. Chiefs have a 19-3 lead at halftime. Second play of the second half, Baker Mayfield throws an interception. It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are going to go score a touchdown or get a field goal and make this a 3-possession game and make it very hard for the Cleveland Browns to come back. But Harrison Butker misses the 33-yard field goal. The Browns go down, and they score a touchdown. Jarvis Landry. 3rd down and 1. Mahomes does a QB option run, and he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and he's down for a couple seconds, and he's all wobbly, and you could just tell by his eyes he was not mentally there. Something was wrong with Patrick Mahomes in that situation, and he needed a teammate to help him up and get him to the sideline, get him the care that he needed. It sucks. It sucks that you see a big player like this, especially in a big playoff game like this one. It sucks to see a big player like Mahomes go out like this. And he was evaluated for a concussion, and they ruled him out for the game. So Chad Henne came down as the starting quarterback for the Chiefs. They get a field goal. And then in the fourth quarter, sometime in the fourth, I'm not sure when, but the Cleveland Browns get a touchdown with Kareem Hunt, and Kansas City is booing Kareem Hunt out of Arrowhead Stadium. And then, I don't know what this was, but Chad Henne throws a duck, and I mean a duck, to the Browns defender. I had no idea what he was doing there, but the Browns catch an interception. They don't capitalize. They don't capitalize on that situation. They punt. I honestly thought they were going to go for it because you only had one timeout, and I feel like the defense hasn't had the best game. So I thought that the Cleveland Browns were going to go for it there, but they did not. They punted the ball right back to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Browns have no timeouts. Henne gets sacked. 3rd down and 14. Chad Henne puts his body on the line. Former Miami Dolphins quarterback Chad Henne, by the way. He puts his body on the line, dives for a first down, but they didn't give it to him. Hell of an effort there by Chad Henne. Loves that play, but they didn't give him the first down. Instead, they get it 4th and inches. Henne is in shotgun formation. Tyreek Hill runs a fade, catches it, and that's the game. Kansas City Chiefs win 22-17 over the Browns. Hell of a game. Unbelievable playoff game. I think probably the best playoff game so far. It was very newsworthy. It sucks that Mahomes got injured and he was ruled out for the game. But I'm pretty sure that Rashard Higgins play, that is going to be talked about for the entire offseason by Cleveland Brown fans and even non-Cleveland Brown fans. I wasn't happy about it. I thought that was a shit call that they did not review helmet to helmet by Swanson. Because if it's college does this. If it's college, they review the helmet to helmet play. They say it's a helmet to helmet. You're out of the game. So realistically, Swanson should have been kicked out of the game. That play right there. But he wasn't. Chiefs get the win. And the question all week is going to be if Patrick Mahomes plays against the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be asked all week by the media, by people on Twitter. And if I had to give you a prediction right now, I'm not going to give you a prediction if he's playing or not because it's too early. The game's not till next Sunday. So, but if I had to give you a prediction, the Chiefs aren't going to say if he's playing or not until about an hour and a half before kickoff because they want the Buffalo Bills to be thinking. They don't want the Buffalo Bills to be repping practice all week. It's like, okay, we're going up against Chad Henne. We're going up against Mahomes. Mahomes is coming back this week. So I don't think that the Chiefs will say whether Mahomes is out or playing until say 90 minutes before kickoff. And then we get the final game of divisional round weekend. That was a very long conversation. That was very long talking about the Chiefs and Browns game. It shows how much really happened in that game. But final game of divisional round weekend, we had the Tampa Bay Bucks against the New Orleans Saints. Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. Number 3, Drew Brees won the first 2 matchups in the regular season. Very good first half. It was 13-13. Going into the locker room, very physical game. You can tell. You could tell how bad these two teams really hate each other because they were getting up in each other's faces. They were smacking each other. They were being really aggressive. And it was just a really, really good first half of physical football by both the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. And then we get to the second half. Traquan Smith catches a touchdown pass by Drew Brees, and the Saints go up 20-13. And then we get a couple times where the Bucks punt, Saints punt, and then on third down, I believe it was, the Saints were about to score. And I'm not sure what his first name is, but Whitfield, I think his last name is Whitfield, punches the ball out of Jared Cook's hands, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get a fumble. Devin Wright recovers the fumble, and that turnover couldn't have come at a better time for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because the Saints were about to go down, and they were going to score at least a field goal, I think, and I don't think the Bucs would want to be down by 2 possessions. But the Bucs answer on that drive. They capitalize with points, a touchdown. Leonard Fournette, he almost dropped it, but he ended up recovering himself, and he scored a touchdown for the Bucs. Tied at 20, and then I think they punt. The Saints punt. Fourth quarter, we get some young wide receivers stepping up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a 3rd down 11 catch by Tyler Johnson and another 3rd down catch by Scotty Miller. Both of those guys came up strong on that drive, but the New Orleans Saints would end up holding the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a field goal. So they're down 23-20. And then Drew Brees does not throw a good pass. Drew Brees is intercepted by Devin White, who, according to my brother, is the best linebacker in the NFL. I'm not sure about that, but he had a hell of a game tonight, and he absolutely balled out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. The Tampa Bay Bucs defense, they all balled out in that second half after the first touchdown by the Saints. They were ferocious. And then the Buccaneers basically closed this game out with a Tom Brady sneak, 1-yard touchdown. They go up 30-20. Drew Brees throws a pass. Ball is tipped, intercepted by Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay goes on the road and beats New Orleans 30-20, and they are on to the NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers, which is going to be a very entertaining game. Early reports say it is going to be 24 degrees in Lambeau Field with possible snow. That is going to be fun. If we get a Brady Rodgers NFC Championship game, 24 degrees in snow, that is going to be a fun NFC Championship game, folks. But Drew Brees. It's a very sad way to end your season. And before the game started, it was confirmed by Jake Glazer that Brees would be retiring at the end of the season. And if this is it for Drew Brees, that would suck because he did not go out on a good note at all. 3 interceptions. But if you guys could tell, and Brees was running into the locker room, he stopped and he looked at the scoreboard, and then he went back in the locker room. For me, it says that that's it for Drew Brees. It sucks. It really sucks. But, it was an honor watching him. A great quarterback. Broke so many passing records for the New Orleans Saints. There was a lot of times when on Monday Night Football the game was stopped because Drew Brees broke a touchdown record and you saw his kids running onto the field, his wife on the field, congratulating him, which was an awesome moment. But if this is it for Drew Brees, it was a hell of a run. We're going to miss him. And, yeah, we're going to miss him for sure. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is your recap for the divisional round weekend here on the Big Fight Field channel. We are on to the NFC and AFC championship games next weekend with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs. Should be a fun Sunday next week. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for me tonight here on the channel. I want to thank each and every one of you who tuned into the video tonight. Like I said before, man, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate that. We're at 335 right now. It's bumping up to 350 if we can very soon. Comment down below. I want to know all of your thoughts for a divisional round weekend and your early predictions for next weekend. Hit that like button if you like what you heard from me in the video. I would appreciate that. And go follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. I believe we are at about 112 followers away for 2,000 followers. So it's going to be a big accomplishment once I reach 2,000 followers on Twitter. But guys, that is it for me tonight. I will be back with you next week here on the channel. Should be Wednesday night for AEW. I'll let you know. And have a good night, guys. Stay safe. Stay classy.